Okay, so this is how to do your RBS annotation, which stands for ribosomal binding site. So first thing you're going to want to do, have your file, your DNA master file opened here, and you're going to want to navigate up here to the upper left hand corner where it says DNA. It's the fourth from the left, and from there you're going to want to go down to frames. Yep. And so here you can see you have your whole genome outlined, and you don't really see anything because you got to click over here on ORFs, and then it'll pull up. Here are all of the ORFs in your genome. It's really hard to tell, I'm sure, from this video, but each one has a number. You should see 1, 2, 3, 4. Some of them will overlap each other, and you can adjust the length and size here on the left using these toggles, and you can adjust which point in the genome you're looking at, which will be helpful when you're looking at ORFs that are later downstream within the genome. So you'll navigate to the gene that you want to annotate. In this case, we can do number 10, I guess. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your mouse and you're gonna click in the beginning. You're gonna make a click, and then it should just highlight your whole ORF there in green. And if you're doing a reverse gene, it'll be in red, and you'll actually do it from the right side. But in this case, it's a forward-facing gene, so it's pretty straightforward. Once we have the ORF highlighted, the one we want to annotate, you want to make sure it ends and starts in the right places, and you'll go down here to RBS, really small, and you'll click on that. First thing you want to do once you open this up, make sure, don't forget, to make sure that your scoring matrix and your spacing matrix is correct. Could you click on this? So here, for the scoring matrix, it should be Kibler 6, which we already have up there. And for the weight matrix, it should be Carlin medium. So if you have those both preset, perfect. Just make sure you don't use a different one because it can alter your values. From there, you'll look at this red highlighted gene. If there isn't one highlighted in red, then it's very likely that you didn't click the correct start and end. But normally you should get this red column here. In this case, it's number 1, and you just see your scores here. So the first thing you're going to want to look for in annotating, it says your z-score is the first one you put in. Pretty simple. You just go to z value, and it's the value directly below it, which in this case is 2.882. From there, so you want to type that in, and then you'll go to final score, which just says final score. It's this last column here, and in this case it's negative 2.845. So you'll want to put that in, and then the following product you'll want to include, it says yes or no. So a yes or no depends on this value. If this final score value is the lowest absolute value, or in other words, the closest to 0 out of all the final scores within the whole column of final scores, which in this case it is, -2, everything else is greater than -2 in terms of absolute value, then you will put yes. It indeed is the closest to 0, and then you're done.